that whole thing, never mind. Let's start from the beginning. Grateful, thankful to have you all here. Let me clear the energies because I'm going to do a reading for all my Pisces. And maybe that was a message for Pisces because I tried to come on here and then my phone just kind of froze up and it didn't want to come back. So I had to start fresh. But anyway, Pisces, let's get this going for you. And let's see, I've got the cards out for you already because, as I said, I already started your reading. But I'm gonna start again from the beginning. The cards are already out, and I want to start with your thumbnail. All right, so listen, this thumbnail here is you coming in, and it says poverty, but it came in upside down. So I want you to know that this reading, when it came up upside down, that it kind of opened the door for me feeling like, if you have not had money or you've been really struggling, the fact that it showed up reversed first and it really caught my attention makes me feel that some of you guys might be pulling out of, maybe some hard times. Maybe you're going to now start over, and have the ability to make a little bit of money, because I just feel like you're coming out. Hey, welcome in. So, yeah. So this is how I'm feeling about you, Pisces. I'm feeling like, some of you guys that have been struggling, the tide may turn. We're in springtime, this is a fresh energy and a good time, to really plant some seeds in the directions that we want to make our lives better. And I think that poverty card coming in reverse is a real indication that, maybe you should start planting those seeds. All right. But I want to welcome everybody in. I am going to do a reading for Pisces first. And then stick around. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer some questions at the end of this reading. But I want to continue with my Pisces. Like, I've already got the cards on the table. And I feel as if, some of my Pisces are going to have some unexpected energy show up in the next 7 to 10 days. And I also feel as if, the energy could actually turn in your favor. And I say that because, we've got here this Wheel of Fortune at the base of what's going on. So I like that, maybe something that you didn't see coming turns in your favor. And I want to say it goes back to that poverty card. So let's stay very optimistic that anything can happen and things can really turn around and really work out for you. All right, so listen, your overall energy for this reading, though, is that of the Three of Wands reversed to the Empress, also reversed. So I feel as if you're very unsettled about a decision you may have just recently made. All right, because when we have the Three of Wands, this is about, putting the energy out and seeing our ship starting to come back. It's like, wow, I can really see that this thing that I want is going to come back in a good way, but it's reversed. And we also have the Empress also reversed. So I feel as if you're really insecure about, maybe a decision you recently made. And I want to say maybe somebody got you to do something that maybe you didn't want to do. I'm picking up a little bit of buyer's remorse with some of you Pisces out there, because we have this King of Wands in the recent past. All right, and this guy, he's really charming. He can get you to do anything. This is somebody who can sell you a rubber band, and say that you really, really need this rubber band. This is an energy of somebody that may have taken advantage of you, and now you're kind of wondering, oh, maybe I shouldn't have listened to that guy. I should have done something. I should have listened to what I ought myself, your own self. But, listen, we can't go back in time. I think you have to really kind of really deal with the situation as it is. And, listen, if you ended up in a situation where it's more than you can handle, because I just feel like you took on a lot. And maybe this person put this upon you. And I say you may have taken on a lot because we have this Ten of Wands here reversed. So I feel like you have a lot of pressure that you are now under. And, maybe the pressure comes from, you committing to something that this person wanted you to do. It could be anything. But you know who this King of Wands is. Now, for other Pisces, I am going to say that, you may be dealing with somebody, all right, this King of Wands, somebody I don't really trust, all right? This person, very much like a con artist, all right? And this is a player, generally in my book. And then we have you coming up. You are a Pisces. This is a water sign, the Queen of Cups. And I've got this Eight of Cups sitting here. So it's right in between. And you're at a point now where you need to decide whether or not you're going to give this guy one more chance. Are you really going to give him another chance? Now, I'm going to say this, right? When someone shows themselves to you, they show themselves. Believe it. All right? This guy already has shown himself to not be trustworthy, who talks a lot, says a lot, promises a lot, but he never follows through. I mean, this is one of these energies that, but when they want you to do something, boy, they can get you to do anything that they want you to. So I feel as if some of you, Pisces, are really uncertain about the future with this person. Because with this Eight of Cups, usually the Eight of Cups shows somebody walking away. But I feel like you don't want to just walk away. You want to give them yet one more chance. And this is why I'm saying, when a person shows themselves to you, Pisces, you have to believe that this is who they are. Now, the good news is I do feel as if there are good things happening around you, all right? Like I said, I feel like something unexpected. There could be an unexpected turn of events that really enrich your life in some way because, like I said, that thumbnail to me is not about you being in poverty, but about coming out of it and finding some riches, but with that, you're going to have to put yourself out there, all right? We've got the Five of Wands here. Again, there's going to be a need for you to make some changes, here coming up. And I think you're going to have to sit with it. And one of the changes is this person, this King of Wands. What am I going to do? Another one is, you carrying the weight of everything. Do you take on more than you should? Do you promise, oh, don't worry, I'll be there, I'll bring this. Yeah, and I'll do that. Don't worry, we'll get that done. I'll get it. Are you one of these people that overcommits? Because I'm feeling like you could be a little of doing a little bit of that. It's just too much, and look how strapped in you are now. Look, all of this weight, all of this responsibility. So I think there's a lot of things that are really, weighing on you right now. And here you're in the energy of the Nine of Swords reversed. All right. So listen, this is a lot of mental energy. This is an energy where, you're losing sleep, you're stressed, you're anxious. Again, you're uncertain about maybe a decision you just made about your future. Maybe you turned around, you bought a house, and now you're second guessing whether I should have bought this house. Should I bought the car? Maybe I shouldn't have bought the car. You are just trying to look at everything. You feel so strapped. So I think this week you're going to have to really look at your life. The people in it, those that, continue to disappoint you, the people that are good for you, who do you want in your life, who do you not want in your life, who's helping you, who's not helping you, because I feel like you really want your life to change. You really want it to change. But, you've got to let go of some of these things that you commit yourself to that don't serve you, especially with these two cards. Look at all those straps. You're strapped into this tree of life here. But you're not enjoying it, right? You're not enjoying anything. We've got to enjoy our life. So yeah, this week you're really wondering, whether, about your future, whether or not this person really should be in your future. You're wondering whether or not you've made the right decisions. And, it could come from unexpected news, that makes you kind of stop and think. Sometimes when, somebody we know, goes through something, we kind of stop and think like, wow, like if that happened to me, am I ready for this? Can I do this? So this heavy, heavy week for you. But listen, at the root of everything is like the wheel is turning in your favor. All of this stuff is coming up for you to really look at. Because the Ten of Wands wants you to put an end to it. Let's be done. All right? You've carried enough. Look, you already dropped some sticks. You're doing the best you can. You're going to have to let go of some of the things that you are doing. And some of the things that are holding you back from being happy. To be with somebody who constantly disappoints you, where you constantly think maybe I should walk away. Is this somebody, have you worked on it? We've already got 8 cups here. And like I said, when somebody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Anyway, that's what I've got for you, Pisces, for this week. I hope this resonated with someone. If it did, that's terrific. And if it didn't, that's okay. All right, take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. But now I'm going to turn my attention to all of you guys here in the chat. Welcome in the chat. Welcome in, Ateshin, Save the World, Shenya, welcome in. Ophelia, nice to see you. I love the name Ophelia. Guillermina, welcome in. Carrie, hey there, Carrie. How are you guys? I see there's a few questions. Let's see. Attention, you wanted to ask, will I have a committed relationship, like meet the love of my life and start a family? Well, we shall see. Let's find out. I'm invested. I want to know. Are you going to meet that love of your life? I think we all have a love in our lives. Sometimes we don't recognize it. And sometimes we meet the love of our lives and then we let them go. I did that. Honestly, I did that. Many, many years ago when I was in my 20s, I met someone. And this guy followed me all the way out here to New Mexico. It's just like this person wasn't going to let me go. And then I turned around and got married on him, broke his heart. Never saw him again, and I've always regretted that because he was a good one. Anyway, it's just a little about me. All right, let's see, attention, let's see whether or not you will ever meet the love of your life. All right, we got the Death card to the Empress card to the High Priestess. I feel like, this Death card says that you will finally meet somebody when you end something that you do that is not good for you. Because I don't feel as if, right now, I do see this person. But look, we have the Death card. There's a situation that's toxic that really kind of sets you back, all right? Because when the Empress shows up reversed, we're not very secure in our bodies. Or maybe you've been with somebody who made you, uncomfortable, like you were never comfortable in your own skin around them. So I feel as if a lot of what you do, attention, is you attract people that aren't good for you. And here we have the Six of Wands. And intuitively, these people aren't good for you. And here we have this Lover's card. And I want to point out the X here on this heart. So if you want to find the love of your life and have that family, I do see it for you. But I feel like you have to quit picking the wrong people. And quit being attracted to people that aren't good for you, because this is really heavy energy. And with that Six of Wands, those are not the people that are going to bring you the happiness that you want. And intuitively, I feel like you want to have a child here, right? You want to have a family here, right? So, be careful of the people that you are choosing right now, because that will be the difference. It's kind of like what I said in my little story. I really wish that, I hadn't have gone and married someone else on this guy, because he was a good one. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Attention. Ophelia, welcome in. How will be my economical situation this year and the next 25 and 26? Please and thank you. You want to know for the next 25 or 26 years, or what? That's your age. I don't know. But let's find out what it looks like this year. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. You're welcome. You're welcome, Attention. I hope that made sense for you. Right? Listen, I picked the wrong ones for a long time myself. All right, Ophelia, we're going to find out what your economical state look like this year. Good, bad? Let's see. All right, listen, you've got to get yourself out there. If you want to change it, see, I feel as if, if you want to change your economic output, you've got to get yourself out there. All right, because the Hermit, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the ability to really make your life turn around this year. But there's something about it that's very unsettling, all right? Because we have 2 fours here. So we have the Knight of Wands and we have the 4 of Swords. Get another card, and the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I just feel as if, you shouldn't be afraid to come out and, say what you need to say and be who you really are. Because if you want to advance yourself, you have to be more secure of yourself. And here with this Knight of Wands, there's a lot of talking about like, oh yeah, we want to do this and I want to do that. But there's no action to back it up. All right, the 4 of Swords, here you are, a little unsettled of like, yeah, I really want to do that. And the 5 of Swords, you talk about a lot again. So I feel as if there's this energy where something needs to change, because, it's like you fight with yourself in order to push yourself to really make something good. But if you turn that around, I think you'd be very good. This year, I don't think this year is going to be a big money year for you. If anything, it's going to be the year that you need to turn yourself around. Because I do see instability with the Four of Swords. You know, and I have the Ten of Pentacles here at the base of what's going on. So it's going to be a tough year, but it's going to push you to quit talking about it and do something to change it. All right? So, yeah, I wish it was better news. Guillermina, light, progress, and love. Please tell me about my love life and the job I like to have. Well, let's start with your love life. You're a Capricorn, so am I. Shahida, welcome in. Carrie, nice to see you. All right, Guillermina. Let's see what's going on for you. Let's look at your love life first, all right? Let's look at your love life first. Let's see what your love life looks like first, and then we'll talk about your job. All right, listen, Justice card's coming out. Listen, are you dealing with a Libra? Maybe you're a Capricorn. You might have a Libra, or maybe somebody's strong Libra energy in it. But I feel as if you deal with somebody who, I don't know whether you necessarily trust them all the time, you know, because there's secrets. So I think, you know, when it comes to your love life, there's this need for you to make sure that everything is balanced, you know, like they're not keeping any secrets from you and that you know what's going on. Queen of Cups does show some instability, though, when it comes to your emotions around love. So when we have the Queen of Cups coming in reversed, all right, you got to trust your intuition, not your emotions, all right? Because when she shows up here, you know, you're just, you don't trust yourself, you know, and other people does start to not trust you. Because the Queen of Cups, you know, emotionally, you wonder where you're really at. So I feel like when you get involved with somebody, you know, you just really need to know where you stand. And if you get involved with someone so that you're very comfortable knowing where you stand with them, you're not going to have these feelings of insecurity. You know, I don't see love for this in this near future here, but I do see it being hopeful. I do see that there is a relationship that's going to come in here with the Star card that will bring exactly what it is that you want. You know, because I feel like, you know, the Seven of Cups reverse, you know, there's not a lot of really good choices for you right now. You know, because Seven of Cups says you have options, but I don't see a lot of options for you right now. But hang in there, all right? Because I do see someone coming in. Here he is. Dun, 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 dun. Could be somebody from another country. I'm getting red hair. Really funny. They might not have red hair, but I'm feeling like there's a lot of fire around them. The Knight of Wands is somebody very, very happy. And this is somebody who likes to live life. All right, so they're not going to want to be with somebody who is a little emotionally not always, you know, grounded. But I do see someone. You might actually meet him on a trip as well. Anyway, that's what I've got for you in your love life. Now, as for the job that you would like to have, I don't know about that. Let's see. What about the job? Yeah. You know, I'm not picking up really much anything with the job. Let me see. What about her job? You know, look, here I see more of like a legal professional. When we have the King of Swords, this is somebody who could be into law. I don't know if you like law, or a professor. I mean, this is something, a job that really uses your intelligence. You know, and I really get a lot of like legal, military is also a possibility. But this is really a professional where, you know, when you get this job, it's because you know what you're doing. So whatever work that you end up in, I feel as if you will become very, very proficient at it. But it'll be one that definitely uses your mind, like that of a lawyer or a teacher or somebody in that regard. All right, let's see what's going on. Carrie, welcome in. Shahida, you wanted to ask a question. What will my future partner look like? Let's see if we can get a look on your future partner. Lucky, welcome in. Liliana. It's a really difficult path for me and my partner, probably too. All right, well, let's see. I'm going to pull a card for Shahida first. We're going to find out about your future partner, see if we can get a read on what they might look like. Ooh, we got some cards wanting to come out. What is this? We got any images? All right, tell me what it's... All right, I get a darker skinned person. Could possibly be from the Mideast. Definitely feeling, I've got this magician energy, so I'm kind of looking at them, you know. So definitely might have a mustache. I don't know if you like facial hair, but definitely will have some facial hair is what I'm picking up. Tall, thin, not very heavy. I feel like they could be musical as well. That's what I got for your future husband. All right, let's see. Melissa Hinson, welcome in. Nice to have you guys in the chat. Hey, hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me out. I'm helping you out. That's all I ask is just a hit of a like, share, comment, subscribe. Really help my channel grow. All right, Shahida, let's see. What will your future... We got you. All right, Melissa. Let's see. Let's cut the deck and let's look at Melissa. Melissa would like to know, when will my soulmate come and what does he look like? Oh, no. When and what does he look like? Be careful of this one coming in, all right? Listen, your person, I pick up strong Aries energy, very arrogant. All right? Look at this. Your person, 9 of Cups reversed to the Emperor. Oh, my goodness. You know what? Don't get yourself locked into somebody who... All right. I'm going to try to figure out how to say this to you. All right? All right, Melissa, you ready? The Emperor reversed. This is somebody who, when you meet them, they're going to be dreamy. They're going to be like everything you've ever wanted, right? And they will have money. They will have, like, they'll be able to give you anything you want. I mean, the Emperor, he's got money, he's got power, he's got control. This is the problem. And I want you to be very, very aware of that, all right? That you don't end up with somebody who starts out promising you, oh yeah, don't worry, we're gonna go to the beach and we're gonna fly over here and we'll take a trip over to the Bahamas, and in wintertime we'll go skiing, and I've got a house over here and a house over here, and they promise you all of these things. If you start seeing these red flags of like them trying to control you and tell you what you can and cannot do, I would run. I would really run. Because I'm just feeling that you are going to end up with somebody who could be a bit narcissistic, very controlling, have a very short leash on you, not really care about you, but rather possess you. So I don't like this, all right? And I just feel like I have to really caution you with an energy around that, because they are going to offer you love. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups, but I see you being very, very disappointed and depressed. You know, you're not going to be happy in this relationship. So I'm going to end it there for you, Melissa. You know, you can email me, and if you want to go in a little deeper, I'd be happy to do a reading for you, all right? All right, let's move on. Lucky, how are you? Diliana, let's see what's going on between you and your partner. Let's see how their feelings are towards you. Welcome in, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You're good. That's good. Yeah. Just be careful of that. That's a red flag, okay? It's waving. All right? It's just a warning that this next person... Because people like that, Melissa, they're very hard to get away from. All right? I was with someone like that. All right, they're very hard to get away from. All right, Liliana. Is it difficult? Listen, we're going to check on your partner. I see you, Lucky. But I'm going to check on Liliana first, all right? All right, Liliana. I want to see what he's thinking about you. Oh, look at that. Look at the stress. Look at the anxiety. I see you being very guarded. Listen, we're in the energies of the 9s. All right? This is a very difficult energy. When we get to the energies of the 9s, it wants it to come to an end. We have the Ace of Swords coming in. I feel as if there's been a lot of deception. There's been a lot of anxiety, the stress, like you say. You know, it's been really, really difficult. And that Ace of Swords coming in reversed. You know, you're always guarded around him. This is giving you a lot of stress and anxiety. And you wonder whether you should keep choosing him. Why would you choose somebody that makes you feel bad? Right? Just food for thought. Why would you choose somebody that doesn't make you feel good? That makes you feel really, really guarded? I mean, I'm saying why? Why would you do that? I want you to think about it. Why would you do that? Eight of Wands. See, I feel this coming to a halt. You know, because, you know, it's just, who are you fooling here? You or them? Right? So, unfortunately, I don't see a good outcome for this. You know, if anything, I see a good outcome because I do see it coming to an end. I think you should walk, you know, but that's just me. You know, we all have free will. We get to do what we get to do, right? I'm just a tarot reader. Excuse me. All right, Lucky. You've been patient. Sometimes we have to be patient. All right, Lucky. You want to know Irfan's feelings for Lakshmi. Listen, I want to say something here. I just want to take a little break here because I had someone make a comment that they had asked me to pull cards on a question, and I did. And then they came back and they asked the same question, and the cards came out different. All right, this is just from my personal teachings and, you know, what I understand in working with tarot. When you ask me a question and I throw the cards out, or you ask any tarot reader a question and you throw the cards out, you know, they give you a message. If you do not like that message and you go to another tarot reader, you told the universe, well, I don't believe that message. I'm going to go to another tarot reader. And that tarot reader is going to give you a message. Maybe it's going to be the same message. Maybe it's the one that you don't like. And you're going to go to yet another tarot reader. And you're going to go until you find a tarot reader that's going to give you the message that you believe is the right one. So, when you ask for a reading and you get a message, that is your message. All right? If you don't like the message, that's not on me. You know, this is what the tarot has thrown out. You know, so just keep that in mind. You know, it's just like when you say a prayer, okay, I really want my mom to feel good today. You know it, that your mom's going to feel good today. Don't wonder whether she's going to feel good. You know, the universe says, okay, you want your mom to feel good today. I'm going to help you make her feel good today. It's as simple as that. But we second guess it. So I'm going to pull your card for you, Lucky. You know, because it just kind of flagged something like I feel like maybe what we need to do, you know, is just really get clear when we want a message. Because sometimes I see the same names come up, asking the same things over and over again. And I just want you to think about that. You know, like you get a reading, you don't like it, you go to someone else until you get the answer that you want. That is not a real reading. You know, I mean, the messages are for you to think about. So, Lucky, let's turn this attention. Enough of me talking about that. I just, you know, wanted to clarify that because I had a comment come up yesterday about that. You know, and, you know, it's just we have to trust that when we get a message that this is the message. All right, Lucky. Let's see his feelings for you. Look. We see that, you know, there is the potential for this to be a good relationship. We have the sword of truth here, you know. So I feel as if as long as you two are honest with each other, this relationship could work. There's no reason for it not to. Communication, key to a good relationship. Honesty, truth, another key to the relationship, will gain you what you want with this person. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. I think you question whether or not, you know, you're carrying all the weight of the relationship. So that is what you need to look at. But again, it comes down to good communication, honesty, true honesty, you know, in order for this to work. You know, because if the relationship is unbalanced, all right, Lucky, if the relationship is all on one person, You know, if you don't call them, do they call you? That's a red flag. You know, but if you call them, they're happy to go out. Okay, well, you know, it's almost as if they're very indifferent. So, the answer for you, Lucky, is that, you know, it all depends on the communication you two have. All right? You're Lakshmi. Well, I read Lucky, all right? I just read the Lucky. So I'm going to go by Lucky. All right, Laverne, welcome in. You're in a haunted house. Oh my gosh. Have you done anything? Have you burned cedar? If you're in a haunted house and you got a cedar tree, I don't know where you live, get some cedar. Get some cedar. You got a cast iron pan. Put it on the stove. Get that pan really, really hot. Put that cedar in there and walk around the whole house with that. Smudge your house with cedar. All right, the doorways, under the beds, in closets, in the attic, down in the basement. Yeah, cleanse your house. Haunted house. They're not gonna like that. Oh, and open the windows. All right, so that they can get out. My ex-husband, he actually, I'll tell you a little bit about him. He's a medicine man, all right, Kiowa Cheyenne native, and we had to go out to someone's house that had some spirit in it. Oh my gosh, I was the one that had to carry that pan with the cedar behind him, you know, and he's there with his eagle feather and whistles and things. And it was really, really crazy, but man, I heard this shriek come out of nowhere, man. We got chills. I think every hair on my body stood on end. But he got rid of whatever was in there. It was crazy. That was wild. That was pretty wild. All right, Laverne. Nice to see you, Laverne. Sri, nice to see you again. But let's find out about whether or not you should leave, Laverne, this haunted house. I just told you how to cleanse it. Let's see. Should Laverne leave this haunted house? Oh my gosh. Let's see, Laverne. Oh, this card wanted to stay out. You know, it says no. See, I think they like you there. They like you there. But they're not happy. All right, so if anything, I would, you know, help them move along. Sometimes people get stuck. But I don't see you leaving. They want you there. So you made friends with whoever is in there. I mean, are you comfortable in there? Arguments out of there for no reasons. Well, I think you need to smudge your house. That's for sure. And if you don't want to use cedar, you know, I mean, there's lots of other things you can use. You can use sage. You can use sweetgrass. Myself, that's what I use, cedar and sweetgrass. I don't really burn sage. That's not how I use sage. We use sage to kind of another way. But anyway, yeah. Let me see though. Let's find out why you and the arguments are coming up out of nowhere. Let's see, where are these arguments coming from? Well, see, she's not happy. I see the arguments. A lot of it could be about finances, around money. It could be around the house, because here we do have this. Look, if you guys are not happy in the house, leave, all right? If a haunted house spooks you, leave. You know, I don't see it's necessary, but I do feel like money could be a big issue as to why you guys are arguing. But, you know, listen, you guys love each other. I mean, you know, it's a hump. I do see that the two of you can make this work and come out of this, you know. But I do feel like money, the house, could be a big thing. And look, if, you know, it's a house. If the house is bringing arguments, find another house. You know? How attached are you to this haunted house? Right? Let it be a haunted house for someone else. Monica, welcome in. Are you sure you want me to read your energy? All right, much love to you, Lucky Lakshmi. Sage not working. I don't use sage. You know, sage doesn't work. I use sage very differently. I never burn sage. And I don't really like that white sage. that they burn from California. I mean, in California, that's a California native plant. And they have ways to use it that way in those tribes, you know. But in our tribes, and the sage that grows around here, we use it to cleanse ourselves and clean ourselves off with. But yeah, I would try the cedar. Definitely try the cedar. I'm going to use the sulfur. Yeah, you know. You know, it's funny. The other thing, you know, that comes up is also Santo Falo. That would also be a good one. But with it also has to be an intention and a prayer. All right. I want to go up to Monica. Monica, it's your lucky day. I'm going to pull a card for you, Monica. All right? Is there any possibility of reconciliation with your partner? You are in no contact. Upright for yes, reverse for no. No, I do not see anything happening right now. Maybe in the fall, all right? Because look what came out. We have this card of the Page of Wands. You may hear something about them in the fall that makes you very, very happy, all right? But no, I don't see anything right now. But that's what I feel for you. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see it coming back. But you learn something about them that kind of makes you feel good. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, Monica? All right, Sri, let's find out what the universe wants to tell you. And then I'll go up to you, Valerie, all right? And then I'll pull a card for you. All right, Sri, let's find out what the universe wants to tell you. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Sri. 77. What does the universe want to tell you? Look at this, the moon card. The moon card wants you to come up and get out of your shell. All right, I like this. I feel like there is a calling for you, Sri. All right, and when we have the moon card, this is something very, very deep, very hidden. But I just feel like, you know, something is calling you to get on a path and go down this road. And it's something that, you know, maybe you have kept quiet about yourself, a side of yourself that you don't share with a lot of people. But when the moon card comes up like this, I feel like intuitively you know that there is a direction that you want to go in. And this card is saying, do it. Go ahead and follow it. You know, because it's a primal call. You know, this is like your ancestors. This is about, you know, your ancestors saying, look, we prayed for you way back here so that when you were born, all these generations later, you could be this. All right? That's one of these dogs. And the other one is present day. All right? So I feel as if a calling is really coming your way. All right, Sri? That is your message for today. Nice message. All right, Valerie, I'm going to pull a card for you. You ready? Grateful, thankful for the message for Valerie. Hold on, I'm going to close the door because it's getting a little chilly in here. All right. Valerie. Let's see what's going on for Valerie. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Valerie. She would like a card. What card do we have for Valerie today? All right, Valerie, you ready? Your card is that of the Eight of Wands coming in reverse. I feel like I need to pull another card. All right, so I feel like you're not going to hear about something that maybe, you know, you would like to, maybe you went into competition. If you were looking for a job, you know, because this is about going up against others for, you know, a job or something. You may not receive news around that, all right? So if you're waiting to hear about a job, I just don't feel like you're going to get it, all right? And this, with this no communication. So I want to turn this around for you, all right? Because if you set something in motion, all right, these are your arrows of desires, as Abraham Hicks says. Set something in motion. I feel as if, you know, you would be ahead of the competition. All right, so you got to take an initiative in something. All right, and I feel like you have to initiate something to get ahead and make yourself stand out among others. All right, so that's what I've got for you. Hold on, now the dogs want to come in. Oh, they can't make up their mind. Come on. Where's Huggy? Huggy! All right, not sure where the other dog is. All right. Anyway, that's what I've got for you, Valerie. Jay Prakash. Sylvia. Welcome in, Sylvia. You're a Libra? All right, let me pull a card for Jay, and then I'll pull a card for you, Sylvia, all right? All right, Jay, let's get a card out for you. What does the universe need for you? You're welcome, Valerie. You're welcome. Let's see. What does the universe want to say to you? Grateful, thankful for the messages. For Jay. What card is coming out for Jay? Ooh, you get the Sun card coming out with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So, you know, I feel like you can't wait for something to happen, all right? If you have been putting energy into something that's not producing, you know, that you think is going to make you happy, I just feel as if, you know, there's something you're doing that you really want, but it's not working, right? It's not working, but you want to give it another chance. And this could be, you know, maybe even you wanting to work from home, trying to figure out if you can find a way to make it work from home. And it could be someone that, you know, you are involved with. But I do see that there's going to be a second chance, a renewal. So if there was something that, you know, you put a lot of effort and energy into, it didn't turn out, I feel like there's going to be a second chance for you, Jay. So that's good for you, huh? Good for you. All right, let's see. What else is going on? Who was next? There was Jay. Valerie. Did I read for you, Valerie? I did. I don't even know. Monica, should you wait? What is universe guidance for you? I wouldn't wait. I don't, you know, to put our life on hold for someone. That just doesn't feel good to me. Does that feel good to you? To put your life on hold in case of, you know, meanwhile, all these other things are going on, but in case someone else, you're not going to go there because, you know, I wouldn't wait, Monica. I would not wait. I would never wait for someone else. Nope, nope, nope. Sylvia. That's who I want to read for. Sylvia, I'm going to pull your card. You're going to be the last one because I feel like I have to go out and look for my dog. He didn't come back with the other one, so I'm wondering where he's at. So, Sylvia, you will be my last read for the day. I really appreciate each and every one of you for hitting that like button. But let's find out what's coming through for Sylvia. She's Libra. She would like a card. So let's see, dear Tarot. What can you tell me for Sylvia? All right, we've got the Five of Wands coming in to the Death card. So there's a situation that I think you need to just leave. All right, the Five of Wands. I mean, this is where I feel like when you're around other people or you go up against other people, maybe you don't even feel good. You know, you lose a little bit of confidence. Yeah, I just feel like you're involved in something that on the outside, you know, oh yeah, it's really great, everything's good, but inside you're not so good. And I feel like there's this real need for you to let go of a fear that you have. And this fear, it's holding you back. What is this fear? Oh, it could be a person too that you keep going back to. You know, a fear of leaving them. But there's definitely, you know, you're not happy. All right, look, and this person, when they leave, look at they spilled cups, and now they're going to come back and they're going to give you 2 more cups. And then here, look, you're unhappy. Death card. You know, and I feel like you have a hard time walking away from this person or a substance or this, whatever it is, you know, because whatever this is really needs to end, you know, to keep going back. I'm going to end this, but then you go back and you do it. That's not going to help you any. You might be involved with somebody who, you know, maybe they have an upper hand, you know, and there's, because I'm picking up fear, really a lot of fear, you know, and trying to handle somebody who probably has, you know, a stronger authoritative type of energy over you. But yeah, I really think what you need to look at here is, why are you not happy? You know, you can't keep pretending that everything is okay. It's not. All right, Sylvia, that's what I've got for you. Oh, Reader the Manju, welcome in. Forward moving. Welcome in. Reader the Manju. I'm really, really good. But I'm really, hold on a second. All right. Let me see if I call my dog, he'll come. And then I'll sit back down and pull some cards. If not, I'm going to have to pop off. So give me just 1 second. 1 second. Honey. Oh, there you are. What are you doing? Come on. All right, he's back. I'll pull cards. All right. He was chasing something under the shed. I don't know what it was, but anyway. Now he's thirsty. All right. Let's see. Who popped in? Dahlia, welcome in. Forward moving. Anything positive going to happen for you? Think positive and you will have positivity to come back. I mean, positivity breeds positivity. So let's see forward moving. What's coming through for you? All right. I see love. Love is coming towards you. That's pretty positive, huh? Forward moving. Yeah. Be careful because I feel like you could be involved with somebody who plays around. All right. But I definitely feel somebody's coming in. All right. Just make sure that, you know, if you're going to mess around with them and it's not serious, that's great, you know. But if you're going to get serious over this person, you would end up in some heartbreak with that one. All right. Just saying. All right. Reader the Manju. I'm going to pull a card for you. One card for Reader the Manju. Welcome in, you guys. Happy to pull cards here. Reader the Manju would like a card. Grateful, thankful for the messages. For Reader the Manju, what can you tell me? We've got a losing situation here. All right, Six of Wands coming in reverse, Reader. All right, so let's talk about it. When the Six of Wands comes in reverse, it could be, I mean, this is you not winning a situation. But I also am feeling like there's a part of you that is not feeling seen with the Six of Wands. So you not feeling seen. Why don't you feel seen? Three of Pentacles. You know, it could be around work. You know, maybe, you know, you'd be better off working on your own, honestly, if you're not working on your own. Did you write a book? Were you the one that told me? Were you the one that wrote a book? But I just feel as if, you know, there's a strong energy that people are not seeing your work. So somehow you're going to get your work out there, all right, and turn it around. This is what somebody was writing a book, and I just, for whatever reason, I feel like it was you. But it's time to really, you know, get yourself out there so that you are seen, all right? That's really the message I get for you, all right, Reader? Danielle, let's see what's going on, Danielle. One card for Danielle. Grateful, thankful. Look, we got 13. Oh, now we got 14 likes. That's great. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the likes, the comments, the super chats, all of that, the vibe, the energy. I really enjoy doing this. Hot Springs, welcome in. I'm good. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. I'm going to pull a card for Danielle. She needs a card. Danielle needs a card. Grateful, thankful for the message. Danielle, let's see what's coming through for you. All right, Danielle, we've got you coming out as the Queen of Swords. I got to pull another card. All right, look, and I feel like you need to be a little bit more open-minded about options. All right, the Queen of Swords. You know, you've been through stuff, all right. You know, and in doing so, I think you put a little bit of coat of arms around you. But I feel like you've got to be more open to other possibilities and other options, all right? You know, be open-minded. I'm getting a narrow-mindedness, you know, especially with this card coming out as confirming that Queen. And it's just like, you know, there's a lot of other options and a lot of other ways to do things. So what do they say? There's more than one way to skin a cat, you know, and I feel like that really applies to you. All right. So, yeah, don't be so stuck on one way and it has to be this way, because, you know, I see the Seven of Swords here, and the Seven Swords is about trying to find solutions, all right? But somebody's got to give sometimes, all right? Open-mindedness, it's a great thing to have. All right, Hot Springs, I'm doing really, really good. You're new. I haven't seen you in here in the chat before. I hope that made sense, Danielle. But if you'd like a card, let me know and I'll pull a card for you. Just because I love the Hot Springs. All right, Jennifer Ward, welcome in. All right, Hot Springs, I'll get you after Jennifer. All right, Jennifer Ward, what's going on? Grateful, thankful for Jennifer. Happy she's in my chat. Good things for Jennifer. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Jennifer Ward. What can you tell me to tell her today? All right, let's see. Your card comes out as the Knight of Pentacles coming in reversed to the Six of Swords. All right, Knight of Pentacles. All right, this could be an energy of not wanting to do work, being a little lazy. Somebody that you might be involved with could be a little lazy. Oftentimes, I associate the Knight of Pentacles with like a couch potato. You know, but I feel like, you know, and that could be trouble. I mean, maybe there's somebody who doesn't put the work in around you. You know, it's just like you would like somebody to put a little bit more effort into something that you're doing. Because I feel as if, you know, it brings trouble. I think it troubles you that they're not contributing as much as you are contributing. But, you know, listen, you're willing to give everybody a second chance. And again, you know, communication. I mean, if we're not talking to each other and really telling each other how we're really feeling, you know, this is where we're going to end up in this turbulent energy of the Six of Swords, right? You know, so there could be somebody who maybe in your past, you know, didn't put in the effort. I feel like they want to come back. Somebody wants a second chance with you. All right, that's what I've got for you, Jennifer. All right, Hot Springs. Let's find out what hot springs do you like to go to? Because hot springs, you must like hot springs like me. I've got quite a few around me. I actually have a hot springs that a lot of people go to, and it's just 1.5 miles away from where I live. I could actually ride my bike down to it. But I don't go there because there's just too many people. They're like a box of crayons all sitting in this little hot spring. I go to the more remote ones. All right, Hot Springs. Whatever comes out. Let's find out for you, Hot Springs. Whatever comes out, whatever comes out. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Hot Springs. All right, we've got 2 intense cards here. We have the Justice card to the King of Swords. I don't know if you're involved in any legal matters. You know, if you are, you know, your lawyer or their lawyer, I feel, you know, is not any good. You know, I get a snake with that lawyer, this King of Swords. So I am feeling like, you know, Hot Springs, there is a situation that, you know, you just really want to be fair. All right, justice. You want justice for this energy. Maybe you want justice against this King of Swords. So let's talk about the King of Swords. All right, the King of Swords coming in upside down. This is somebody who has a lot of knowledge, a lot of power, and they know how to use it. And they don't always use it for your benefit. They'll use it more for their benefit. So, you know, in a legal matter, you know, somebody could be trying to pull one over on you or get away with something. I see it coming to an end, though. All right, we've got the Ten of Swords. So whatever, if you're in a divorce, I don't know if you're, you know, getting a divorce, but whatever it is, with this King of Swords, this is definitely coming to an end for you, Hot Springs. Right? Scorpio, Sag, fire and water. You know, this year is all about fire and water. You know, look at the politics of the world. Fire and water, right? Unfortunately, yes, huh? Hi, Dale. Welcome in. Karen, welcome. You live on Lake Erie. Wow. You're way up there in the Midwest. I put my feet in the freezing cold lake. Oh, I bet. My dad lived up on Sugar Island. He passed, but you know, he had the St. Mary's River and he had Lake Huron right there. Cold water up that way. Holy cow. Chad. All right, don't know what Chad's talking about, but, you know, definitely passionate about it. Karen Meggs. Yes, it's to ward off. Let's see. Oh, really? If you put your feet in the cold water. Really? Okay, when I go up there, when I go up north, I'll do that. I really, I have a hard time with that cold water. But I'll do it. Dale, Seattle Lake Union and nice on hot days. Listen, to get in a cold lake on a really hot day is so refreshing, but I don't know. It's kind of cold out. I mean, Lake Erie, aren't you guys having like this major storm up there? Like bad weather? Like, don't you, are you having a lot of snow or, I mean, it's ugly. It was ugly yesterday. Gosh, you're brave. Listen, if there was a bad spirit around you and you were going out to that lake, I'd be scared of you. Hey, Brina, welcome in. You want to know, why am I seeing angel numbers everywhere, like from work? Because you're on the path. You know, I had a friend, I was talking about angel numbers, and she says, I don't see angel numbers. I said, you don't see any angel numbers ever? She's like, no. I said, do you look? And she said, no, I don't really look. I said, well, maybe that's why you don't see them. But I do too. I go in waves where I see a lot of angel numbers. I saw 1313 today. Anyway, I always believe that you see these numbers because they are truly guiding you. What numbers are you seeing, Prina? 111. That's a new opening. 222. That's usually about a partnership. 333. Those are beautiful. You know, angelic guidance, I feel, you know, that's really supreme guidance right there. As with the 4. 333. Yeah, I feel like 333 is a brand new beginning. And 444 is usually, you know, that you've got your spirit guides around you. 555. I was actually born at 5:55 in the morning. I bring a lot of change to people. But I was born at 5:55, and that's what 5:55 means. It is change. And it's funny, when I think back in my lifetime, when I show up places, and I do a lot of ceremonies and things like that, and when it's my turn, you know, things happen, you know, and sometimes there's a lot of change when I show up. Anyway, I just feel like it's just part of my job here is to help shift some energies around. Thunderstorm today. Yeah. 444. Those are your angels. Yeah. Let's see. 555 is change. 666. That's nice balance. I think that when we see that energy of 666, we are right where we're supposed to be. The 7s, those are lucky. You know, that's prosperity, money coming towards you. 8. That is 8 to me is when we are truly flowing. When we have the energies of the 8, a lot of money can come through. We are really like making the energies work. It's almost as if I see the number 8, 888, almost as very magical. And 9s, of course, are completions. So, yeah. That's just a little bit I know. I'm not a numerologist, but I do pay attention. 444. Yeah, you know, it feels good. When I see 444, I feel like, oh, good. You know, warm and fuzzies. I'm not alone. I really can feel them around me. You got a Scorpio man. Oh, my God. They can be elusive, can't they? Oh, my gosh. Those Scorpios. You got to love a Scorpio. I mean, really, because it's just, to me, they're so mysterious. And you saying, when will the Scorpio man going to talk to me? Let's find out if he is or he isn't. One card for you, Prina. Let's find out about this guy. You're anxious about your future? Don't be anxious about your future. We're not there yet, you know? So don't go there. All right, let's see. Ooh, look at this. We got the 8 of Swords to the Ace of Swords to the 3 of Cups. Yeah, you know, I just feel as if, you know, you can't trust this Scorpio, right? We'll start there. Then we got the 3 of Cups coming in, all right? Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. You know, you want to talk to him. You might meet him in a social situation. I don't know if you are in that. But we have the 3 of Cups. You know, maybe it's not a social situation. Maybe you can't even get together. But no, I don't feel like, you know, this is going to be, this anxiety you're in, you know, he's not worth it. He's not worth it, all right? This guy, he's going to lie to you. He's going to tell you things. He's going to make you feel bad. I don't like the Scorpio man. But that's just me. I'm not the one that's after him. Your man is a Scorpio as well. You're a Pisces, Aries cusp. Yeah, but your Scorpio can't get away with anything. You're a Pisces, Aries. Yeah, he's not trustworthy, you know. I feel as if, you know, you've got one of these sneaky Scorpios where there's going to be a lot about him you'll never know. I don't know if I would want to be with someone like that. You know? You're a Leo. Yeah, see, you're probably that nice trophy that he would like to have, but doesn't care about. But yeah, Jennifer, I like that you're a Pisces, Aries cusp. I do, I like that. You're very magical, all right? Jennifer, you're very magical. Don't second guess it. All right, you can make things happen. Dale, how about a Leo and... Listen, Leo, you just need somebody who will adore you. You need somebody who will know that you are there. They will not ignore you. You will not forget. They will not forget you. A Leo wants their person to adore them, you know. So I want you to find somebody who would really adore you. All right, Dale, that's really who I would want for you. All right, you guys, listen. If no one's got any questions, I'm gonna move along. I'll come back hopefully tomorrow. Capricorn Sun, Aquarius rising. Oh, you're very much like me, Chen. I am a Capricorn Sun. I've got an Aquarian Moon and a Sag rising. Cancer and Virgo. That's a nice combination. Do you know why? Because Virgos, they're very grounded. I love Virgos. Virgos to me are like the healers of the zodiac. And a Cancer, I mean, they're very, very sensitive. But I think a Virgo and a Cancer are a beautiful match, honestly. The energy of a Cancer to a Virgo. Oh my gosh, you could really build a nice home. Really, I really feel that. Like you could have a really beautiful home, you know, where people would enjoy coming to be around, you know, because a Virgo would set it all up and a Cancer would make it all happen. Yeah, I like the combo. I'm trying to make a path, but disturbances are coming, like my health, exhaustion. Well, you know, I don't think there are so much disturbances as, you know, what is needed in order for you, you know, to be on your path. You know, we have to bring awareness to our weaknesses as well as our strengths, right? Let's find out what the cards say about this. Let's see what the cards say for you. Yeah, I feel as if, you know, my feeling for you, Brenna, is that these disturbances, you know, don't let external forces really kind of keep you from moving forward, all right? Where there's a will, there's a way. And when things come up about our health, we have to just, you know, take awareness to it so that we can learn to feel good. You know, these things come up, you know, so that we can change them, all right? So things that are coming up like this, these distractions that you're seeing, you know, it's because, you know, if they're in the way of you moving forward, then we have to deal with them. And then you have to look at the ones that, if they are in the way, you know, are you making them get in the way, you know, because we allow things, you know, we allow that distraction to keep us from moving forward. You didn't have to allow that, but you did, you know. So big awareness on where you want to put your energy. Where there's a will, there's a way. And if you want to walk down a path, you will. You just will. Alaham, you're a Scorpio. Can I do a reading for you? Hi, Linda. Audrey, welcome in. You really like this guy, and he does too. Something is holding us both back. All right, let's find out. Let's find out about this guy. What is holding the two of you back? And is there a future? Let's find out. All right, let's see. Ooh, something unexpected. Boom. You know, I don't see this having a future at all. I feel like something comes out of nowhere. Boy, it pulls the rug right out from underneath this connection. Really, I mean, with that, especially with that Judgment card coming in reverse, Page of Pentacles reverse, and that Tower. Yeah, expect the unexpected. Because I just feel as if, you know, there is something that you are going to learn that will really clarify it out of nowhere. And I see someone else coming in much better for you. Somebody more grounded, more stable, more solid. But this guy, wow, I think you are going to learn something about this person that will floor you, honestly. And, you know, something is holding the two of you back, and it's them. It's something about them. But I see you with someone else, so. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Prina. Linda, you're going to be my last read, all right? I already pulled for you. I'm going to pull for Linda around your finances for the next couple of months. And then I'm going to pop off and, you know, move on. Transformation, right? Listen, this next person coming in for you is going to be very, very nice, Alam. You know, really grounded, stable. They will want to be there, loyal, you know, like all of the things that we want. They may not be super exciting or over the top, you know, anything special, but they will be solid. And you know what? We want that. We want that for you. Somebody really, really good. Okay, Linda. Another pull for you. One more shuffle. And then we're going to see what's going on for you. Really? Grateful, thankful for the message for you, Linda. All right. Look at that. Sun card. What a great card. You got the brightest card out of the whole deck. You know, you may find that by this summer, maybe you want to work from home so you can be home with your kids if you have kids. Or maybe, you know, this is something you would like. But I definitely see you really, really happy, especially by the time summer comes in. Let's pull another card. Yeah, you know, listen, don't take on more than you have to, all right? You know, you need to focus on you, all right? When we're carrying so much, you know, that we can't see in front of us, that holds you back from being able to do what you really want to do. So let go of some of the responsibilities, all right, Linda? Let go of some of the responsibilities that you do that, you know, they're not yours anyway, all right? You have your own responsibilities, you know, pass off some of these things to other people so that maybe you can start, you know, to find ways that you can start to build your own life, you know, and be more solid with yourself. Because I just see you giving too much in other directions, you know, so pull back just a little bit. I'm not saying don't keep helping people, you know, and doing things. I'm just saying pull back, you know, because, you know, ultimately you want to do your thing. All right. Yeah. I feel like somebody's watching you too. All right. There could be somebody who's also from your past also watching you. Just a side note, Linda, that you might have somebody still interested from the past. Listen, I'm a firm believer of leaving the past in the past. Right? King of Cups. That one resonates with you as well. Yeah. Yeah. Right. All right, you guys, listen, I'm going to end it here for real. I've said that maybe 3 or 4 times already, but here I am, still here. Anyway, I enjoy this. I really, really do. So listen, Jay, I will catch you on another day. I already pulled for you, like I said. I'm going to move on with my day and get going, but I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really, really do. All right, thanks for all the likes, the comments, the shares, and the subscriptions. Really making my channel grow, and I really appreciate that. All right, bye now.